Jake Ludington here at Affiliate Management Days, and I'm here with Chris Brinkworth of Tagman, one of the co-founders. Is that a fair?
I'd say probably better say one of the founding members. Yes. Yeah.
And what exactly is tag management? Because I think there's, I mean, there's been some buzz because Google just released their tag manager, but I think there's a lot of confusion still, other than kind of some of the really savvy marketers, about what tag management's even good for.
Yeah. So I think the easiest way to explain it is if you were to take a conversion pixel. So, for example, Has Offers have a conversion pixel to prove that you sent someone to a merchant's website. So to put that tag on the site, what you'd have to do normally is get the IT guys to go in and code the website and put the tag on, upload the website again, and off you go. So the problem with that is generally that you've got too many pixels and too many tags to put onto any one website at any one time, and the IT guy generally gets bored of it. So not unlike a content management system, what you now have is one solution that will sit on your page, and then that solution gives you access to a content management system just for JavaScript tags. So you would log in the cloud without bothering the IT people, and what we say to drag and drop a tag onto the page.
So how is that different than what Google released with their tag managers, just so there's a point of differentiation?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no difference at all. They've released a tag manager, and if you look at tag man as a name, it means tag manager. So it's a tag management solution. So what we've looked at in regards to the Google solution is a tag management solution. So you can go in, add, edit, remove a tag, and that's what the tag management system does.
All right. So how does this fit into the marketer's value chain? I mean, you're saying that you can. It makes it easier to kind of be hands off with dealing with the IT team, but clearly that's not the only value you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, so one of the things, and I'm presenting in about half an hour here, I'm going to present about where attribution comes into play in regards to the affiliate industry. And one of the things I'll be touching on is how not only is it multi-channel attribution that impacts affiliates, but also how the speed at which your tag will load on the page as well. So not many people realize that if your conversion pixel was at the bottom of the page, underneath a whole load of other tags that are loading up, then if someone comes to your page and leave before that pixel arrives and loads up, you're not going to track that conversion. So there's a very big problem there. So in regards to tag management systems, there's one other major benefit a lot of people don't think about, which is the increase of the page speed and making sure the way that each individual tag is loaded and which tag is loaded for that user is actually super fast and done in near real time as the page loads to ensure that everyone gets rewarded correctly and every single tag that's needed is loaded up to that user before the user disappears. Does that make sense? Is that kind of like, yeah?
That does make sense. And then are you also doing things where you determine, or not you determine, but like where the user determines which tags may fire depending on which rules are in play?
So we don't set any rules ourselves. So we give the toolkit to the advertiser and the merchant, and I expect that's probably what Google would be doing as well. So within our system, you do have the ability to say, I would only like to load up this specific tag for this user if this activity has happened. You can take it a step further to say if this campaign conversion path activity has happened. For example, if we know that they've been hit by a retargeter previously, they've come in through this natural search term, now let's only load this specific pixel. And that becomes really interesting. Rather than just looking at conversion side, if you would start looking at how you want to use this in regards to Facebook exchange activity, if you want to load up a remarketing pixel to go remarket that user across FBX or AdX, you would look at how to fire it off based on that segmentation data as well. So it's not just about conversion, it's about also using it to increase the quality of people that you're actually sending back to your site from a retargeting perspective as well.
So it's almost more selective retargeting, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's qualifying. So I think you'll find that what used to happen was a merchant really just wanted to get traffic to their site, right? But now they're looking at everything that sits in that entire path and saying, I want to get higher quality conversions, and I want to know which combinations of vendors and which combinations of publishers over the loyalty and lifetime of this customer are driving me the most relevant and profitable customers. And then taking that into consideration and saying, well, if I know it cost me this much to bring this user here, shall I give them a pricing offer that's based on that margin I'll make, considering the cost it took me to get here?
That's really interesting. So variable pricing based on the cost of the user, the individual user acquisition, not a broad user acquisition.
Yeah, so it's getting into what we would call programmatic decisions, right? And as everyone moves into this programmatic buying, landscape as you are starting to say to Facebook or to Google, I want to connect to your API that connects to your media training desk to go buy this. Everything needs to be triggered off. So having the system to say, I want to trigger off this specific action based on these incoming data points is extremely useful.
So if you were to pick 2 or 3 things that are the biggest wins for somebody implementing Tagman, what would those be?
So the biggest ones, it's very hard. I would definitely say agility is the one everyone talks about. Right? So agility is something you can do. Everyone can do agility. My main theme is finding a great partnership between you and the vendor. And that's the key thing. So I would talk about the win for the vendor and the merchant. Because if the merchant can't prove the value that the vendor sent, right, to them, they can't go and ask for more budget. So I'd say agility, yes. Budgets is another big thing, because without proving how valuable your vendors are and how they all work together, you can't actually prove to your boss or your CFO that you need more budget to go on and continue to do more things. So that's that. And I'd say the third one would be the access to that kind of programmatic opportunity. So taking all that data and then getting even more involved in the whole data-driven closed-loop ecosystem.
Excellent. Well, what else would you like people to know about Tagman?
I think that's pretty much it. Just the website. We've got plenty of case studies, www.tagman.com, and go to the white papers and case studies section and just drop us a note if you've got any questions.